KOtober continues, whether I like it or not. Let's have a look at some more Drek, shall we? Alrighty, continuing KOtober, we have this trifecta of terror here. Now, two of these I recognize. This one I recognize particularly because I actually own the real version of this thing. This is that forklift scout class from the movie line, so it's actually, well, it's a little strange in that one too, but it's not nearly as terrible as this. This one is actually, well, it used to be a Cyberverse scrapper, so I do recognize it. This one, on the other hand, kind of eludes me. I'm not real sure what line it's from, or what it was torn terribly from its parent line from, anyway. But all three of these are from Interchange Robot from Hudson. And that For California thing, yeah, that's just the warning thing. It's because apparently anything on this planet apparently has to have that warning for California. Whereas this one just has that Earth Defense Squad. So it's possible that this might have been, or at least was at one point in time, a something like a GoBot or something similar type of line. It does have something resembling instructions on the back of it. Aha. Specification, colors, and contents may vary from illustrations. No duh. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is from a GoBot's line, because you can actually see the faction symbol right there in the cockpit. Somebody wasn't doing their photoshopping properly. So as for these two, let's see here now. Yeah, those, yep. That is definitely, well, it was at one point Scrapper. Although, Scrapper never had this sword. We'll find out shortly if it actually fits in what's supposed to be his hand very shortly. As for this poor fellow, this is actually the nicer looking one. This one also had, well, basically the yellow parts would be gray and the gray parts would be yellow. And it's even more unpleasant to look at than this. So now, as for instructions, ooh, CGI. Not much help though. But then again, considering even with the simplified instructions, it still looks a little complicated. But okay, we'll get to that with Mr. GoBot here. Let's see what happens. Very flimsy container plastic. Huh. Wonder what this was stolen off of. Okay, going on. Let's see here now. Okay. Passed the first test, doesn't break apart in the package. Test number 2. Oh, well, okay. Partial ball joint there, but it can only move its arms sideways. No wonder this thing was on this shelf forever. Okay. And now as for the, oh, it fits. Can't do anything with it, but it fits. Okay, moving on. Okay, there's a forklift over here. Yep. Boy, that didn't even try. But then again, it's a KO, so people don't really want to steal these things. Okay. You know, imagine it's supposed to be like that, but that's still pretty dumb. Okay, let's see here now. Maybe like that. Okay, that does more closely resemble hands, but with absolutely nothing to hold on to it, that's, well, that's just what you're going to get with this. Okay, moving on to number 3. Yeah, they really invested a go on that one. Okay. So, okay, nothing falling apart there, but, oh wait, maybe if I separate that and... Okay, so it has to fit in that way, which is kind of productive because now he can't stand unless he looks like he's doing the limbo. Anyway, what about the sword? Well, what about there? Yeah, he can hold it, but That is stupid looking. Okay, now that we have the other packages and nothing fell off, for better or worse, that probably would have just put the icing on the cake for these things. But let's see what we can do in the vehicle mode here. Starting with not scrapper. Let's see here. So, should just be like that. Move sword. The peg didn't come off on that, amazingly. Anyway, so you're now like that, and like that. Like that. There we go. Okay. Then if we... Can it even do that? Okay, yes it can. It can, in fact, peg together well enough to get a, well, rather ugly red, white, and blue scrapper there. Okay, oh, screws! So there is some actual build quality to this thing. Except they're as wobbly as, well, as a broken bicycle, so I imagine that probably won't hold on very well. Probably just shear themselves apart eventually. But there we go. It's moving on then. Okay. Oh, goody. Okay, well that came off right away, so we're already off to a real great start. Okay. So let's see here. Aha, so that goes down there. That goes here and here. This is a very simplified version of this same transformation. Although I will admit that the original one is far less floppy. Another good reason to get the real one. Okay, let's see now. We got that. So now, oh, there we go. Fold in the feet like that, and now, there are little tabs right there that should theoretically hold that in. And okay. Imagine this is more for picking up barrels, but wow, that is just terrible. So now, oh, additional screws here, so that's probably where most of the budget went. Okay. And again, this thing's already come apart. I imagine, okay, so now the screws in this thing will probably shear itself apart on the plastic, so that'll lead to unhappiness eventually. But there we go with that. Okay, now on to number 3 here. So, should just be as simple as, provided it doesn't break in the process. Okay, so that's one tab. Ooh, a lot of screws in here. Okay, then that and that. Okay, so the hands fold in. So that's not much, but it is something. Let's see here now. Should I even bother with that? That's supposed to tab in that way as well, but okay, hey, that worked. And bonus, Gerwalk mode. Okay, moving back on to the main topic. So yeah, that's ridiculous. But then again, so is the GoBot. And in this version, it is, well, it's not much of anything. Okay, so here we have all 3 of these together again in their vehicle modes, and well, they look about as bad as they did in the robot mode. So now this fell even more so because without any paint, well, no significant paint, it's just kind of white. This thing is just, well, I know it's kind of going to be bad, but yeesh. And I'd probably have to get the original toy to see just how badly they screwed up on this one, but I imagine at the very least that there'd have to be at least a few more locking tabs to make this thing slightly more interesting. Probably not, though. But let's see here now. Yeah, this thing is as hollow as, well, a chocolate Easter bunny. This thing is just probably gonna, doesn't really tab in that well and probably break apart that if you look at it the wrong way, and this thing is just terrible. Now, I bought all 3 of these toys at the same store where I had to get a can of water chestnuts. I had more fun with the water chestnuts. What does that tell you? Anyway, I'm the Sith Wolf. This has been review number 2 for KOtober. I bid you good night, and God help us all.